And good evening, everyone. I'm Melissa Swan in the WHAS 11 newsroom. All new tonight at 6, from a suit and tie to an orange jumpsuit. A former salesman who millions in restitution is finding himself back behind bars, but his victims worry that he will be back on the run again very soon.
To pay for his crime. He needs to go to jail, or he needs to pay his restitution.
And could he be a former salesman turned fugitive? This man's victims want him in jail and to stay in jail. It's a WHAS 11 News exclusive.
Plus, we finally got
a Louisville man who pleaded guilty to burning down a business owes more than $250,000 in restitution, but he isn't paying. Nor is he been paying nearly $20,000 in back child support.
Well, police say that Robert Hembling was on parole for these offenses. He was on the run and committing other crimes. His victims don't understand how he's managed to stay out of jail, even though he's been caught time and time again. Adam Walser is joining us live now with this WHAS 11 News exclusive tonight. Adam?
Well, Doug and Melissa, Robert Hembling's been described as a charmer and a natural-born salesman. His former employers say that that's how he's able to con a lot of victims, including themselves, at a large amounts of money. And as we discovered here at court today, he also has an uncanny ability to stay out of jail. In an orange jumpsuit, Robert Hembling doesn't look like a top salesman. But back in 2005, Tim Sparks says Hembling once sold $300,000 worth of security equipment in weeks. Shortly afterward, Sparks says Hembling stole money, lied to customers, and directed a racial slur at a co-worker.
And I fired him. And upon doing that, he left 35 messages on my cell phone how he was going to kill me, how his people was going to come and get me, he was going to burn my barn down.
Sparks said Hembling then burned down his company's headquarters that same night, causing $271,000 in uninsured losses.
When my cell phone rang, and it was him on the phone, and he said, "I guess you're not going to work today." And I handed the phone to the arson detective.
Hembling pleaded guilty but was ordered to pay restitution. A hearing was scheduled Thursday since Hembling was 14 months behind.
And we were told if he's one day late, he will go to jail.
The case was continued at the request of Hembling's attorney. Sparks says it's the 5th time.
For the last 5 years, he slipped and slid through by backroom deals.
Ellen Runas says she's gone to court 20 times trying to get Hembling to pay child support. Hembling owes nearly $20,000.
He has such a hold on you, and he manipulates you.
Runas stayed Hembling for 13 years.
He said that he was in the mafia and he's got people.
Did you believe him?
No. He even told people that his left pinky was cut off from the mob, but it wasn't.
While on parole, Hembling allegedly victimized several other employers. He was wanted in Florida for allegedly posing as an AT&T executive last December and staying in a hotel room for weeks without paying. He was arrested on a fugitive warrant in Kentucky last week, but the charge was suddenly dropped Thursday afternoon, leading the judge in the child support case to grant him bond.
All right, and his bond's $10,000, 10%.
Yes, sir.
It'll only cost him $1,000 to get out of jail.
They do all the backroom talk, and victims like me, get nowhere. And we continue to do this and go through this.
I will see him go to jail one of these days. One of these days, if I have to spend every dime I got to put him there, I will do it.
Hembling's victims say they don't know what to expect next.
He might not go out and shoot you, but we don't know. You're always watching your back, and that's a really sad way to have to live life with this man out on the streets.
Now, we weren't able to catch up with Hembling's attorney after today's hearing. He is set to go before the Jefferson County grand jury on the child support hearing later on next month in the 1st of March. And then on the 22nd, he's supposed to have that bond revocation hearing that was originally scheduled for today. But his victims say they don't know if he'll show up for either of those hearings. Reporting live outside the courthouse, Adam Walser, WHAS 11 News.
Thank you, Adam. We do have some breaking news to tell you about.